What has the last week felt like?
It's felt utterly horrendous. It is a strange feeling, John, when your very sense of belonging is questioned. Look, I'm, as you've said in the introduction, I'm about as Scottish as they come. Born in Scotland, raised in Scotland, educated in Scotland, just welcomed my third child here in Scotland, was a leader of the Scottish government for just over a year, leader of the Scottish National Party. You cut me open and I'm about as Scottish as you come. But the truth of the matter is, I don't know whether the future for me and my wife and my three children is going to be here in Scotland or the United Kingdom or indeed in Europe and the West, because I have for some time really worried about the rise of Islamophobia. I wrote a column about it actually just about a month ago, the rise of the far right driven by Islamophobia in Europe, UK, and the West. And we are now seeing the culmination of not years, actually, decades of anti migrant, anti Muslim rhetoric being normalized in the political discourse, now playing out in the most horrendous, violent way possible. And that genuinely makes me question whether or not my family has an existence here in the UK or not. And by the way, I'm not the only one. I've had hundreds of messages from the Muslim community saying the exact same thing.
I find that really shocking that you would say that you think you may not be able to stay in the UK now, even though this is where you were born, this is your passport. I mean, where would you go?
Well, exactly that point. When I was younger, I used to laugh at my dad because he'd also created these Pakistani identity cards and Pakistani passports. And he said, "You just never know, son. One day we might need to leave this country." We would laugh at him. Genuinely, I feel bad now. Maybe we would laugh at my dad and say that what a ridiculous suggestion. Now I'm thinking, well, actually, maybe it wasn't such a ridiculous suggestion. I have no idea where. By the way, I don't want to go. Let me just make that abundantly clear. Scotland is the country I love, and the United Kingdom over the decades, of course, complicated history around race. A lot of countries do, but actually has a pretty positive story to tell on multicultural